your own
Oh,
life.
yeah, absolutely.
Nice,
That's
nice.
how we got this.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Good morning, everybody. This is Catania Chronicles number 62. 62 already. Opposite of my, I guess reverse of my favorite number 26. And today, AC is out. AC is out sick. So, we'll be running the boards today. So this, when I say we, I'm referring to my guest. My guest, who are you?
I'm Luke Danowski.
Luke Danowski.
Yeah.
Never seen you before.
Nope, never.
No. Luke and I go way back. Luke Danowski. Luke owns.
Luke's Flooring in Erie, Pennsylvania.
You can bring that mic closer.
Okay, there we go.
We had a little lesson before we went on air about how to make out and chew, lick the mic and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, how close to get it to your mouth. But today we wanted to talk about flooring for all you flooring specialists. And I like to open every show with thanking my crew, my team, my staff at Sam Catania Painting. Because if it weren't for my staff, we wouldn't have the freedom to do this show. And this show is all about Sam Catania Painting and whichever guest I bring in at the time. Yesterday was our anniversary. Yesterday was 17 years, and I made it 17
Wow.
years. That was a hard 17.
It's pretty awesome.
That was a hard 17. And off air, we were briefly, for probably a minute or two, talking about how tough it is to run a business and just be a business owner in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's tough, bro. It's tough. I mean, we were talking about growth with you. He was, Luke was commenting on how it's kind of scary. And I said, yeah, it is. If there's no fear, there's no growth. And the one thing I can tell you honestly is, from everybody who's ever come to me and asked for advice on growth, it's humbling. I appreciate it. I love talking growth and business and marketing or whatever it may be. The best advice I can give you is, if you don't trust, you won't grow.
Yeah.
If you don't trust, you're going to be alone because you don't trust anybody else to do the job correctly. And if you don't trust, you don't grow. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
So you have to trust. It's hard. It's hard. We as a company have gotten burned so many times, but you have to let your guard down and trust. Are you going to get burned? Absolutely. Sorry, it's just how it is. But until you find that right, those employees,
Yeah.
we have the best team we've ever had currently right now.
Yeah.
Best
Yeah.
team. No theft. I mean, it's just, we don't have a problem with tardiness. It's minimal. It's like a well-oiled machine. And how long you been in business?
For myself, about 3 years now, going on 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah. So it'll be one whole year selling product and install, and then before it was just install. Because I started installing in '98 and went on my own 3 years ago. So that's where that's at.
You started installing in '98.
Yeah.
When did we meet? We met somewhere around, I want to say somewhere around 2003.
2003, 2004, yeah.
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 That's what I thought.
Yep.
Because we were both installers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's how we met.
I tell nobody believes that story. It was funny because before I seen you the other week at the restaurant,
Right.
and I'm talking to my buddy, and I'm like, he's like, Sam Catania? Oh yeah, I know. And then I'm telling him, no, I'm like, yeah, no, legit.
Legit,
We were on the
yeah.
job together, yeah.
Legit, absolutely. And I met some good people through flooring. And ironically, my office manager, she doesn't like her name being announced, so I'm going to keep it anonymous, but my office manager was my boss.
Okay.
She was my boss. I worked for her, and
Okay.
that's how I got to meet her and her family. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So
Yeah.
so now it's cool because her husband is a flooring god, to say the least.
Yeah.
Flooring god. And it's pretty cool because I can throw names. Yeah, I know who that is. I know who that is. We can share stories and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's so cool. And who brought you in? I believe, oh, I'm testing my memory. I believe I went and applied at the flooring gallery. And I believe I started working through them, and then they started putting me through installers.
Yes. Yes. So yeah.
Is that how you started?
So when I started, I actually I started for a guy that was working through Lowe's.
Look at you.
That was working through Lowe's, and then I really got involved when I went to Schillings, and then
So wait, did you start through Lowe's?
I worked with a guy in the summer, and we worked through Lowe's.
Okay.
And then we went to Schillings, and then the flooring gallery. That's where we all met.
Yeah, the flooring.
With Bill Mudry.
Yep.
And then,
Yep.
Yep. That was
Shout out to Bill Mudry.
Mudry Flooring Systems.
Good old mud.
The Mud Man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. We're going
Yeah.
way back.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
That's cool. And I have to throw a shout out to probably if you I don't want to say this and be disrespectful to anybody. So I don't want anybody else to take it disrespectful, but I want to throw a shout out to him and compliment him. The greatest flooring guy I've ever known is Mike Newmer.
Listen. Legit. Legit.
So you're in the industry, you
Oh.
tell me.
Oh, yeah. When you combine character
Yeah.
with skill set,
Meticulous.
yeah, there's
over the
nobody.
top,
Oh,
OCD.
and grinder.
Oh yeah.
Grinder. You're
Oh,
not
yeah.
talking. Mike never seen a 40-hour week.
Oh, yeah.
Work week.
I remember he and his wife. I remember they would be arguing on the phone. We're on lunch. They'd be not a bad argument. She was just trying to be. She'd be scolding him and Mike, you got to take lunch. I'm not taking lunch. We got to get this job done. Mike,
Yeah.
it's been 17 hours. You had to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Legit, Mike. It's been 17 hours. You have not eaten. Dude, what are you, a machine?
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Legit.
Unbelievable. Legit. We
Legit.
were workers, dude.
Yeah.
And
Legit.
he embarrassed us.
Yeah. Legit.
Oh my
He's a machine.
We were workers.
Yeah.
We would grind and he wouldn't point the finger.
No.
He would,
Yeah.
oh, he'd be right next to you grinding, pushing,
Yeah.
faster, harder, move this one.
Yeah.
I remember doing tile flooring. We're doing tile for 17 and a half hours at night.
Yeah.
He said, 1:30 in the morning. Okay, everybody, see you back at 7.
Yeah.
What? Dude, you haven't eaten all day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just,
Oh yeah.
so you see that. I'm not fabricating this.
Oh no! I remember going grocery shopping. It's like 9 o'clock at night, and my boy goes, "Hey, I got to use the bathroom." We're at Walmart, and I see the caution tape in the bathroom because they're putting tile up on the walls, and he's in there at night putting the tile up in the wall
Oh, yeah.
up in Walmart. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
When you say he's never seen a 40-hour week, I love how you worded that.
yeah.
People, he's never seen a 40-hour week because he's so far above and beyond that.
Oh yeah, legit.
I mean, I'm telling you
Yeah.
what. Another shout out to Bill Mudry. Bill Mudry, do you remember he came up from Florida?
Yep.
Bill come up from
Yeah.
Florida, he had a flooring license or a degree or something.
Okay, yep, yeah, because that would be up from down
You
there.
remember this?
Yeah.
And Bill come up from Florida, and we're all working together, whole group of us. We're all working together, and, just conversation takes off. And Bill's talking about how he's got this license or degree or something in Florida, and we're all looking like, is this dude even real?
Yeah.
Do those exist?
Yeah.
And I don't remember verbatim the conversation. Shout out to Josh Samuelson. Thanks for liking the page. Thanks for listening. Mike Shaletto. Thanks, Mike. Michelle Irwin. Thanks. And, she said hi, Luke.
Hello.
So, Bill was talking about this license, and we didn't know such a thing existed. And Mike legit said, what are you talking about? So, after so much time spending together and working together, Bill, do you remember Bill said to us, who is this dude?
Yeah.
This dude is a beast.
Yeah.
I can't compete with him.
Yeah.
It's just a mad respect thing. We love Bill Muntry, but it's just,
Oh, yeah.
Bill's funny.
And Bill could put us some hours.
Oh, yes, he can.
We came back from Meadville one night. I mean, we worked about 12 hours.
Bill's a worker.
Yeah, we put about 12 hours into Meadville and then worked a third shift job. After that, moving dressers and stuff at a place to prep it for. Oh yeah, Bill and I. That's back when we were young and we could drink Mountain Dew.
Right.
Before it did something to you, I couldn't even drink that. I couldn't drink that much Mountain Dew now. I wouldn't make it.
Oh, that's awesome. And Bill's a grinder.
Oh.
Bill goes. Bill's
Oh yeah,
a
they
hard
grind.
worker.
And his wife. Well, listen, and
Oh, yeah.
Ann, she grinds it up with him.
And go. Shout out to
They
Ann.
do. Yeah, Ann. Listen, I've been on jobs.
Mudry's, Zarzesny.
Yeah.
Don't forget Joe Zarzesny.
Yep.
You remember Joe?
Yeah.
I still
Joe.
see Joe. I still
Yeah.
talk to Joe.
Yeah.
All the time. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Joe's awesome. I've been trying to get Joe on the show. And
Yeah.
Joe's just a little nervous. He's a little timid. But it was awesome because Bill come out of Florida into Erie. Where's Erie, PA? Oh.
Yeah.
Bill comes into Erie and it's just unbelievable. Bill couldn't believe what he's seeing. Dude, who's this Newmer to?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm licensed. I don't know what the qualifications. It
Right.
needs a license or something.
Yeah, like a cert, yeah.
And he's like certification. He says, "Who's dude over here?"
Yeah,
Mike Newmer is. It's another creature.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother person.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
unbelievable. So you still see, because you're in the flooring
oh,
industry
yeah,
still.
I talk to these, I mean, we don't talk all the time,
Yeah.
but we probably talk a couple times a year. We run into each other, see each other.
But he still holds that reputation.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I think, you know, I hope that we're honest with each other when we're talking about each other. To say, hey, yeah, this guy, he's legit. Because there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, this guy, he's the truth.
Yeah, and to all you flooring guys out there, shout out to you. If you ever want to be on the show, just reach out. Let's do this, man.
Yeah.
To all you flooring guys, we'd love to have everybody on the show. And Mike Newmer so I remember, this is a funny story. I remember we're working, we finished a job, we did carpeting. I believe it was plush carpet. Finish a job and he tells me to go in and vacuum, so I'm vacuuming everything. And I get done and I heard a vacuum. I said, "Mike, I'm done, we can roll now." So I'm getting in the van, he hears the vacuum start.
Yeah.
So what's he doing? Did I miss something? Oh, he was so upset with me. Mike didn't yell, Mike didn't raise his voice, Mike wouldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
Mike wouldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Until I had to actually grab him and say, "Hey, what's going on?" He said, "The lines aren't straight."
Yeah, yep. Oh, yeah.
Bro, this isn't landscaping. The lines aren't straight.
Yeah.
Start at one side, vacuum to the other side, pick up the vacuum, carry it over, don't walk in your line, set it down and bring it back.
Right.
I'm like, it's not a yard, we're not landscaping. I landscaped for 5 years, it's not landscaping.
Right.
This is how I leave my products.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
My projects, this is how, not project, my bad. This is how I leave my projects.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, do you remember that?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, well, I feel like then, presentation, even more so then, was such a huge, my first job in flooring is I had to get out on my hands and knees and sweep out the carpet fuzz from the side of the baseboard. And I'd take a sock with liquid gold, and I'd liquid gold in the new builds, and I'd liquid gold all the oak in the whole, that was like, tear out, don't think. When I got hired, and I won't name the place, when I was young and I first got hired,
Yeah, don't name them.
they said, this is what you don't do. You don't give us your opinion. You don't talk. What you do, walk backwards, rip up all the old, and make sure the guys don't carry their tools in the house. Like, my whole job was the least of all the jobs that you wanted to do. And you couldn't tell me, I'd walk home, I'd take my shirt off, I'd have my pouch on, and I'd walk over all the way over East 6th Street with my pouch on and
Right.
no shirt,
Right.
with my chicken chest out. I was so proud of that patch that pouch.
That pouch, yeah.
I was strutting
Oh,
all
yeah.
the way down.
That's awesome.
And back in the day, nobody knew that, where we came, nobody knew that carpentry and carpet laying have nothing to do with each other.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. So I remember this group of girls that stand on the
So,
corner.
carpentry and carpeting, it's not,
No.
they're not connected.
Not at all. And they say, so all these girls are outside and they say, hey, you hear Luke's a carpenter now? I don't even argue with them. I say, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no end, carpenter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a mistake that still to this day,
Yeah.
people call me and say,
And they
hey,
still do?
yeah, they're like, hey, you're a carpenter, right? Like, well, no, not necessarily. I can put up trim, but I
Yeah, yeah.
can't, I'm not gonna build you a shell.
Yeah, there's no N in there, it's carpenter.
Yeah.
Sam Catania Painting, 814-866-2600. Come on, get your phone calls in. 10% off if you mention this show during the phone call. And I'm sitting here for everybody's inquiry. This is Luke's Flooring. What's your address? What's your number?
2103 East 33rd Street. 2103 East 33rd. And
Let me interrupt.
Yeah.
Off of McClelland, there's an industrial park on 33rd Street.
Correct.
Correct.
Yes, so we are actually, what happened was a place.
I want people to know where they can find you, where to
Yes.
go.
So when you go there, actually what happens is we're in an incubator. So there's several services in this incubator. And so our sign's right out front, you go in the hallway and we have stock product and we have a showroom all in the same area. So we're about 3,600 feet.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's convenient.
We've been talking about installing flooring. We haven't talked about selling it. Luke's Flooring sells flooring.
Yes.
Just for you people that are looking to, go somewhere for a very competitive price.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't- He's still an installer.
Yeah.
He's still an installer. He's installed for years. But
Yeah.
Luke opened, for lack of a better term, a showroom.
Showroom, yep, yeah.
So yeah, he sells flooring for all you homeowners out there, or even commercial businesses.
Yeah, legit, yeah.
Yeah.
And you probably can attest to this being in the field, some of the struggle between professional installer and salesperson, some of the biggest fights come within yourself.
Absolutely.
When you're like, don't buy that product. I know you really want it, but this is not a good product for you to buy. This
Yeah.
doesn't work where you're at.
Yes.
And you're losing, and I've lost sales because I'm like, that's not gonna work there. Because the installer in me is overpowering the salesman in me
Yeah,
to just say,
it's so
hey, go
true.
do it.
The installer in you is trying to be so honest and genuine and thorough about it, and
Right.
explain the detail and the reasoning behind it, that you're talking them out of a sale.
I'm like, man, I was just telling my wife, I'm like, we gotta do a better job at just letting people know the pros and cons and allowing them to make their own decision.
Yeah.
Instead of the super installer swooping in
Yeah.
and then losing us the sale.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's make her happy. Let's give your wife a shout out.
Oh yeah, Nikki Danowski. The only reason why I'm sitting down here, because I am definitely a piler and she is a filer.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah. She keeps me all together and moderately buttoned up. So, and we're wrapping up our last custom shower, and she just wrapped up a custom closet that she did. So we're trying to move her out of the field and just full-time sales, but she's got a good reputation for things. So
Awesome.
but yeah, she's a blessing.
Very cool. Shout out to her. Very cool. And again, Sam Catania Painting, 814-866-2600. You can follow us on Facebook Live. You can always, most of you are working. We probably have 3 listeners right now. And most
For
of
my
you-
wife.
For my wife. For my wife. I forgot. For my wife. That sounds kind of good. For my wife.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
So, for my wife. So, we have a few listeners, but you can always go back on Facebook and watch this, or instead of scrolling, because it's on there forever, instead of scrolling to search for it, you'll like this. It's on YouTube. We're YouTube Live right now.
Okay, that's awesome.
Sam Catania Painting has a YouTube page. We have, I believe, 82 different videos consisting of commercials and everything, and Catania Chronicles.
You guys are the advertising giants. Nobody does it like Catania Painting,
Thank you for that.
right?
Thank you
I mean,
for
that's
that.
legit. I'm lost in the middle of nowhere and still see a San Catania sign.
Thank you for that. I take a lot of pride in the advertising end of it. I do. I've found my passion has always been health and fitness. Always. I just got another certification in
Okay.
fitness a month ago. And even with that, I love my passion's branding. And what better passion to market, advertise, brand, to build your company when you absolutely love to do it.
Yeah.
It just makes it easy.
Yeah.
And I love giving advice, I love talking shop, love talking business. Had somebody reaching out to me from down south, I can't remember exactly where they were, asking for advice, hey, can I ask you some questions on branding? And we were
Yeah.
talking for a couple hours. It's just, it's humbling, it's really, really cool, I love it. I'm just fortunate and very blessed to be able to have this opportunity.
Yeah. Sam, look, can I pick your brain?
Go for it.
So I'd like to know how you feel with because it's different when your name is on the business, right? I've struggled with when something doesn't go right, not taking it personal for multiple reasons. Because my name is on the business, and I see how courageous, and I know people might think I'm over exaggerating that, but it really takes real courage to put your own name out there, to put your name on the product, to put your name on a truck that you're not in. All the things you do, like, what did that process, even for me, to help me, what does that process look like that you can do that?
It starts with team. It starts with team. You have to have the right team in place. You have to trust. And we're not perfect. We're not perfect. We get phone calls about this person was driving, they were speeding, they almost cut somebody off. I got one the other night myself. My car is completely wrapped with Sam Catania painting. And I get a phone call coming across 38th Street. They left a message at the office saying, you should know your guy almost caused several accidents. He was driving drunk. I wasn't drinking. I was avoiding potholes.
Right.
I was just trying to not destroy my car, but my name's on it.
Right.
And you have to be careful with, as far as driving goes, like road rage. You're driving
Yeah.
a billboard, and with branding, Sam Catania is Sam Catania painting, and it's not a perfect system. You can't chase perfection. There's no such thing as perfection.
Right.
My guys screw up. I screw up. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
I screw
Yeah.
up. I've caught it, and you advertise in the wrong areas. You advertise with the wrong things that aren't actually benefiting Catania painting.
Okay.
But you don't know that until you do so.
Right.
You have to watch your return on investment when you advertise. It's like a lot of people. Thank you to all the people that love our commercials, our crazy commercials. But for the people that don't like our commercials, we get hate mail, we get hate phone calls, and it doesn't work your way. It doesn't work. We did 7 years of serious commercials, button-down shirt, long sleeve, tie on, clipboard, before and after pictures. 7 years, 2008 through 2014. Sounds like 6 years, that's 7, do the math. And then we pulled off TV for 1 year because our
Okay.
return on investment, we were sinking, we were in the red. We were over $100,000 in debt. We have an hour, John. Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. And, John, are you available for an hour? You
Yeah.
good? Okay. So, we were over $100,000 in debt, and we were struggling.
Yeah.
I was advertising incorrectly.
Okay.
I've made a lot of mistakes, Lou. I've
Yeah.
made a ton of mistakes. The best kept secret is don't think you know it all.
Yeah.
When you think you know it all,
Yeah.
when you think you're the smartest person in the room,
Yeah.
you've officially become the dumbest person in the room.
Yeah.
Don't think you know it all.
Yeah.
I'm 51 and I am so open-minded to listening to, I'll hire new employees and they'll come and talk to me and I want to listen, I'll pick their brain.
Yeah.
Because you may have learned something from your grandpa that I didn't know. Or you
Right.
you may have tried something that I didn't think
Right.
of or my crew
Right.
didn't think of.
Yeah.
I'm willing to listen. You can learn from everybody.
Yeah.
When you are no longer open-minded, you're in a lot of trouble. You're
Yeah.
not going to continue to grow.
Right.
You know it all. And it's not true. Like I said, shifting gears in personal training, I'm over 20 certifications. I don't know how many. I don't keep track like that anymore, but I know
Right.
I'm over 20. And I still have fitness mentors that I turn to and ask questions and pick their brain because
Yeah.
I will never know what they know.
Right.
And when it comes to branding, you have to be front and center, not your face. I don't want that attention, not your face.
Right, yeah.
But your brand, your actual brand. You gotta
Yeah.
be front and center. You gotta be creative. You have to put your name, you gotta put Luke's Flooring everywhere you could possibly think of. You have to try to be everywhere. We give away free hoodies. We've been giving away free hoodies. I said 17 years in business. We started in 2006. We give away free apparel. Free apparel. There's no charge.
Yeah.
Thank you for wearing our clothing. Thank you for
Yeah.
advertising
Yeah.
for us. All you have to do is, my office manager, she's part-time in the first quarter because it's our slow. First quarter's slow for us.
Yeah.
So she works Monday through Friday, 9 to noon. Walk into the office on 30th and Cherry, 2930 Cherry, and say, can I please have a hoodie?
Yeah.
She'll go get you a hoodie. We don't need to know who you are. Help
Right.
us advertise. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
And that's been big for us. We spend about $20,000 a year on hoodies.
Wow.
Hoodies and just other apparel.
Yeah. Right.
You have to, I appreciate, it's humbling. The bigger the name, the bigger the brand Sam Catania Painting gets, the more humbling it is. You don't let ego get in the way.
Right.
You can lose everything with one wrong decision.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it. You have to trust to grow. So if you're
Yeah.
trying to grow, you have to trust. You have to bring employees in, and you're gonna get burned at times.
Yeah.
Not everybody's perfect.
No.
And there are people that are out to screw you. You're going to get burned.
Right.
You have to still oversee it. I'm still fully involved. I
Right.
have office manager, I have general manager, we have foremen in charge in the field. But I still like to be fully in the loop. I'm still fully
Yeah.
involved and watch everything. And
Yeah.
you just, if your name, yeah, it's tough when, it's so funny because everyone thinks Sam Catania is an attention whore because Sam Catania Painting is a brand.
Right.
It's the opposite.
Right.
I want Sam Catania Painting. If I could program everybody to say Sam Catania Painting every 10 seconds, I'd be on it.
Right.
What's the cost?
Right.
It's just part of branding, man. And
Right.
Luke's Flooring, I want everybody to know where to go to look for flooring. Luke's Flooring, tell them again, tell them where you're at.
2103 East 33rd.
That's over off of 33rd.
Yeah, so it's gonna be right past, on the opposite side of the street of JTM.
There you go.
So it's right across the street from JTM. It's actually, if you see a building called Erie Industrial, they would actually be our landlord.
Okay.
So we're right in that building. They were kind enough to give us a price to make business sustainable and grow.
Now, for all the do-it-yourselfers, you're competitive with Lowe's and Home Depot, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yes. And you know, one thing I don't think that people know is that any store, the quality, and you can the quality in a store compared to a box store, the quality of flooring, the quality of almost anything is going to be higher. Our quality, our millage is higher. Our ounces for the yarn is higher. Everything is higher.
I like the detail. Keep going with that detail. I love that.
You know, so yeah, because
People don't know that stuff.
right. So when somebody says, well, Lowe's has this, or I don't even want to mention, just a box store has this for $269, and then they're looking at the scratch layer, but the actual size of the floor or the locking system, it's always thinner. It's always a little bit less. Everybody needs to make money on
It's
something.
commercialized.
Yeah, yeah. So when you get something, and don't forget, a lot of times you're dealing with people that have no idea what flooring is, what painting is.
People understand the cosmetic, the look, the image. They don't
Right.
know the details of the yarn, how it's made.
Right, the durability.
The
Is it continuous
durability.
filament? That means that there's no peeling. In the 90s, we would brush down a step, and the fuzz would come off the carpet because it wasn't a continuous filament. And then when they change it, that's why when you walk across your carpeting, it all stays in now. There's all these things that make it more stain resistant. And still in everything, the best thing you can do for your carpet is to run the vacuum on it.
Yes,
Still, in the end,
Yes.
it's still the vacuum.
okay.
You still have to run the vacuum. Yeah. So we can be competitive. I mean, we're competitive. We're in it to make money, like everybody in
have to.
business.
If you're not in it to make money, you're not gonna stay in business.
Right.
You
Yes.
have to, but we're not in it to gouge.
To
the
gouge,
customer.
yes.
We're trying to be honest and fair.
I think your persuasion is mine. How do you create a product that has value, a wage that people can raise their family on, and you can still make enough money to put it to say, yeah, this is still worth all the work that I'm doing? Because it's like this threefold thing. We're trying to create service for the customer and a good valued product, a wage that your workers can live on, and still go, yeah, I'm putting in 60, 70 hours, and I love it, and it's still worth it, monetarily also.
Yes, absolutely, and people don't realize this, business is a game. It's a game, you have to figure out how to master the game. You have to charge enough to cover all of your overhead, all of your legalities. I don't need to spend all the time going into that, of what those legalities are, because
Yeah.
it's boring. All the insurances, everything
Yeah.
that covers you, so the homeowner's not, or the business isn't
Yeah.
liable.
Yep.
You have to have enough, you have to spend enough to support your payroll taxes, your payroll service, your employees. You have to pay it, or spend enough to cover paying your taxes.
Yes. Yes.
There's a lot that goes into it to stay legal and be front and center.
Yeah.
And people don't look at that, it's a game. When I say it's a game, that's a respectful way of looking at it. It's a game, and you have to try to you have to figure out how to master the game with all the numbers.
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't gouge the customer.
Yeah. Yeah.
The consumer. It's a very difficult game.
Right.
And you were talking about that. It's intriguing on, so we'll put a price out there randomly, $5,000. Well, I got a price for $3,000. Well, look at their legalities. Look at, how do they pay their employees? Are they
Right.
taking care of their employees, or are they undercutting them?
Right.
The employees have to make a decent wage to support their families.
Right.
And if we come down to $3,000, we're not making a profit, and there's a very good chance we're going to lose money because we don't profit $2,000 on a job
Right.
that size,
Yeah.
So it's a game. Business is a game, and you have to spend a lot of time analyzing it. You have to be very analytical with it to understand how to try to master that
Yeah.
game without gouging the
Yeah.
customer.
And there has to be a value to the risk that you take to have a building,
Yes.
right? So like, if something doesn't go good at San Catania Paint, guess what happens? They just drive over to you. If the guy that bids 3,000, something goes wrong on him, you don't have his address. You don't know where he lives at. You don't know, you don't know what he's doing. You don't know anything. So there is, just to deal with someone like Sam Catania, where you can walk in, see somebody face to face. If you and me need to discuss something, there's a value, an assurance that comes along with using somebody that's established.
There really is. Very good point. And I want to mention this. I've heard over the years, I've heard a lot of people over the years, oh, you're more expensive because we pay for your advertising. No, you don't pay for any of our advertising. Whether we advertise or not, our price is still going to be the same. The advertising comes out of the owner's pocket, actually.
Yeah.
Instead of me bringing home, hypothetically, round numbers, 40,000 a year, I could bring home 140,000 a year.
Right.
That comes off the top. Your
Right.
price is the same whether we do it or not. Our advertising is not part of our pricing.
Yeah. Right.
Our pricing has a lot to do with, and you understand this, the state and the IRS.
Yeah.
Because they have their prices, workman's comp, liability
Yep.
insurance. Your rent,
Yeah.
Your
yeah.
rent, your utilities, keep everything
Yeah.
on, the gas has a lot to do with our pricing.
Yeah,
So our pricing, there's a standard that you put out there, all right, to do this $5,000 job, before I even add in the labor costs,
Right.
what I pay the employees, this job might be $2,470.
right,
I can't adjust those numbers. Those are on the state and the
Correct.
IRS.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, now my numbers of what I pay the employees and the payroll tax, that's above and beyond that.
right,
Then, to be able to come into your home or your business, to have all the legalities,
yeah,
to be bonded, all that stuff,
Yeah.
that's another cost.
right,
So on that $5,000, we're not profiting a lot.
correct. No,
Yeah.
it is not what you think.
It
'Cause,
isn't.
you know, I think when you're at home and you're sitting on your couch and you're not paying for anything and you're not bidding at 9 o'clock at night, jobs, and you sit on your couch and you go, man, this guy's charging me, he's gonna make $2,500 off me for this. You're not making anywhere near, if
Not
that was the
even
case, I would
close.
work once a week,
Yes.
right? Like, I wouldn't hire anybody, cause I would say, shoot, I'm gonna make this $2,500 and I'm out for the week.
On this job,
Yeah.
$2,500 a week for one job?
Yeah,
It doesn't work like that.
no,
I tried to tell somebody just yesterday, I believe. Yeah, it was yesterday. I mentioned somebody. Owning a business is almost like a toll booth. The money comes in and the money goes right back out.
yeah,
It's almost like a toll booth.
yeah,
The money goes in, and then once we pay all of our bills and all the employees, you're the last one to get paid.
right,
Now, that's not, for all you business people out there that are taking business classes, that's not, it's not that way across the board in every industry.
right,
Like, my girlfriend Mary was talking, she's taking a business course, and she had made a comment about, well, they say, pay yourself
Yeah.
first, pay yourself first. I said, in your industry, what you're doing in the medical field, absolutely, pay yourself first.
Right.
You have to make your practitioner fee.
right,
But beyond that, you step out into our industry, if you don't pay your product, your
Right.
vendors,
yeah.
you're not getting supply.
No, correct, yeah.
If you don't pay for your, your flooring vendors, you're not getting
No.
product. If you don't pay your help, they're not coming in next week.
No, correct.
If you don't buy the fuel, you're not getting to the job.
Right,
You don't pay your overhead, you don't pay your rent.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it doesn't look good selling
Yeah.
flooring outside in the rain.
it does not, and it
No,
doesn't
no.
work very well.
No,
So, I just want all you business heads out there to understand that when we talk about this, we're talking about our industry.
right,
We're not talking every industry.
correct, yeah,
All industries are different, all businesses are different, but in our industry, we get paid last.
yeah,
And I made a comment to, I am partners with Off-Road Tackle Box, and I was talking to them over the weekend. On Saturday, we had a meeting, and I said, guys, listen, I said, I get paid last. I finally got my first check through Catania Painting. It wasn't last Thursday, tomorrow, it'll be 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I got my first check since before Christmas.
yeah,
Could I pay myself more? Absolutely.
yeah,
I can survive.
yeah,
I can survive. I put a savings away,
Yeah.
personal savings. I don't live off the company. I put a personal savings away. My point is, I went that long. We're still paying our employees. We're still
right,
paying everything, all the overhead. I make a decision. Do I want to advertise or not? If I
right,
don't advertise, I can take that money home.
right,
If I do advertise, I have to pay for the advertisement, then I get paid last.
right,
And as a business owner, you're starting to see that.
yeah,
And in our industry, in our field, if you don't see that and you're paying yourself first all the time,
right,
you either started off incredibly wealthy
yeah,
or you're gonna learn a hard lesson down the road.
yeah,
Because when the business runs out of money, guess who's paying for it? You are.
right,
That
yeah.
money's coming right back out of your pocket.
Yeah, and one thing that we try to do is, just for some practical advice, we pay for the customer's job with the customer's money. We don't go wait and you pay Luke's Flooring for 60% down. We don't take that money and put it on Paul's bill.
No.
We have no outstanding bills. We're
Nor do-
not swapping money, because you see that sometimes in the contractor
I
industry.
respect that.
You know, so we pay that right, you know, no lines of credit on this, you know, we're boom, we get the money, because then we're never in trouble. We
Yes.
legit know what we're working with.
3 years in, you're already doing this.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
yeah,
I tried. It didn't work out so well. I wasn't charging enough money. Our prices in the beginning when we opened were too low.
yep,
And I was struggling to figure out how to get enough money to cover everything. Well, I found out that if you want to run a 100% legal and legit business in Erie, Pennsylvania, you have to charge the customer the going rate of the market without gouging them.
correct, yes,
It's true.
yes,
And if somebody comes in that much cheaper, just understand there's something underlying.
right,
There's
yes,
something deeper. Dig into it a little bit.
yeah,
They're a cheaper product.
right,
They're not taking care of their employees. Something they didn't get the right insurance to cover your job.
they might take 3 months to do it.
They may take 3 months to do it.
That's what, you know, even me, a big company called me up and I said, listen, I'm just not built for it. You gotta call somebody, you need somebody in 4 days, in, out,
Yes.
40
You
grand.
have to be efficient.
And I said, it's not my lane. I would love it to be my lane, but it's not my lane. So I said, here's some places that I would call that I know, that I'm confident that if you need this turned in 4 days, that they'll turn it in 4 days. Because we
Yes.
also have to go, wait, no, not me. I can't do that because I'm looking at the long term. I'm not just looking at that $40,000 that one time. I'm thinking about what my name, what's going to inconvenience the customer. Who's going to talk bad about me after I don't get this done for 9 days?
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a lot that goes into it. That's why I said, for all the business people out there, you understand and respect this. It's a game. You have to master the game, because if you don't master the game or come close to mastering the game, it's gonna put you under.
Yeah.
Game over, tilt.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that goes into it. And I was always taught, these are, this is public knowledge, this isn't a secret. I was taught by several people throughout my journey that as a business, trying to build a brand with all the employees, that you have to aim for, you have to have a target number. And our target number is, we try to profit. Doesn't mean you can or you can't. It's not always accurate, but we try to profit 40%. 40%, we try.
Yeah.
And so 20%, for the first 60% covers all labor, all
Yeah.
materials,
Right.
fuel, all this stuff.
Yep.
Okay, the 40% that we try to profit,
Right.
that's not 40% we're putting in our pocket.
There you are.
20% should go to overhead, your rent, your
Mhm.
utilities,
Yep.
all this stuff. The other 20% you try to put into a savings.
Right.
So if we're doing let's do round numbers. If we're doing a $10,000 job, we're trying to profit $4,000. That means $6,000 of that job will go to
Right. Yeah.
getting the job done correctly
Yeah.
and protecting your reputation and the warranty. The other 40%, so $4,000, that doesn't go in my pocket. 20% of that, minimum 20% of that will go to overhead to keep the
Yeah.
doors open.
Yeah.
Your fuel, like I said, I can't keep mentioning them. How about the legalities like workman's comp, the insurance being bonded, all this stuff to protect the employees and the company, and so it doesn't go back on the customer. So that's $2,000. All right, we're down to $2,000 now on this $10,000 job.
Right.
Now I want to advertise. I want a
Right.
brand. So of that $2,000, I could take that home. I could take $2,000 home off that job.
Right.
No, then we're not gonna grow. It's gonna be
Right.
reputation based,
Yeah.
word of mouth. Word of mouth works. It's still amazing, but I want more than that. I'm
Right.
hungry.
Right.
So out of that $2,000, all right, I'll probably put 1,000 or 1,500 of that into advertising.
Yeah,
And now we have $500. I don't take that home.
right,
You know, it's just, there's so much that goes into owning a business.
yeah,
And when you get a high number, a respectfully high number, I'm not talking
right,
gouging.
right, yeah,
There are companies out there that will gouge you. I'm talking a respectfully high number. And you think it's high, that just tells us that you don't know where the market sits right now.
yeah. Which I would say, Sam, is that especially if you haven't done anything pre-COVID, since pre-COVID, and you get a number now,
Oh, it's unbelievable.
yeah, you're like, what is that? Because I just told somebody, I said, if you go to a box store and you go to buy something that you were buying for a click floor that you were buying for $1.50 before COVID, and it is now $2.50. So the next thing that you're buying for $1.50 was not the thing you were buying for $1.50 before COVID. So everything, so if you're paying the same price for something, the qualities definitely went down.
Yeah,
So you can't get the same pricing.
right. It's inflation. Inflation it's incredible. It is. If it were pre-COVID, like you said, we hate using that as a time frame, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
Inflation really spiked in 2022. And if you're getting the same or something close to the same pricing,
yeah,
there's a reason behind it.
correct.
Corporations are not going to lose money on the consumer who, we are the consumer.
Yes, yes,
We are going to buy the product.
right,
They're not going to lose money.
right,
They're
right,
giving you a lesser product.
yes. Whatever that is.
Yes.
Because I
Doesn't
have,
matter what, I don't care if it's lumber,
yeah,
roofing,
yeah,
medical supplies.
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
Office supplies, yes.
Yeah, you're not getting away from spending money unless you're buying inferior product.
Yeah.
That's it.
Very, very well put. Love it. Very well put. And it's true. So if you get I don't care if it's flooring or painting or roofing or
Right.
siding, anything, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. Concrete. If you're getting three prices, three estimates, and one of them is completely out of the ballpark, like really low,
Yeah.
don't jump yet.
Right.
The other two are probably where the market should sit.
Yes.
Don't jump yet. Don't jump and say, I'm gonna save $3,000 by doing this. Don't jump because you do a little more research.
Yeah.
There's something underlying that you cannot see
Yeah.
with the public eye.
Yeah.
Because the other two prices, you know, your 20,000, your 20,000, that's probably where the market sits.
Right.
Your 17,000, there's something going on. There's
Right.
something deeper. Or
Yeah.
your 15,000, your 12,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
something going on. And people think they're gonna save, hey, I'm gonna save 3,000, I'm gonna save $5,000. What are you gonna pay in the end?
Yeah. Yeah.
How much are you gonna pay in the end in 6 months, in a year, in 2 years?
Right.
When something goes wrong?
Yeah.
What are you gonna pay? Pay for longevity, be intelligent, do your research. Pay for the longevity, the
Right. Yeah. You know what I would say? The reverse side of that is for the guys that are maybe underbidding.
yes.
We have to do a better job as just people of letting people in. In flooring, a lot of people won't let you in the pricing.
Yeah.
But the guys that ask me, I'm like, why wouldn't I tell you? Because you make the market better.
Yeah.
If you come in 20, 30 cents a foot under me, you're not making enough money to live.
Yeah.
You're cutting me, you're making me look like I'm a ripoff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, let's get some people in so that they know what they're worth. Because sometimes people are bidding because they don't know what they're worth and they're afraid of failing.
Yeah.
So they'd rather stay busy than be productive.
I have a lot of competitors, a lot of painting competitors come to me, some larger, some small. I shouldn't say larger. Some, I don't know, I think we're amongst the
Right.
largest, there's probably a group of us. So, some the same size, some smaller, some startups that ask me questions about pricing.
Yeah.
I'll share it with you.
Yeah.
We'll sit down, come on, let's go have coffee, come to my office, we'll talk.
Yeah.
I'll share the numbers with you because it shouldn't be a secret, because you're gonna go out there and you're gonna underprice everything and you're gonna make us look bad.
Correct, yes.
Price, and you're gonna starve, you're gonna, eventually, you could potentially be bankrupt.
Yeah,
Don't, JKS Finishes, Jeff Smickers was on the show last week, our competitor. And Jeff's 63, and Jeff's been guiding me, 17 years yesterday, people, Jeff's been guiding me the whole time, and Jeff said, you gotta raise your prices. Jeff did this for me. Thank you, Jeff Smickers, JKS Finishes. And he's a competitor, and he said he didn't do it because he felt threatened by us.
right,
He wanted to help me. You're gonna struggle.
yeah,
You're going to end up bankrupt. You have to increase your prices because you're way beneath the standard for the market.
right, yeah.
There's a market price.
yeah,
And usually if we see people, and we'll talk to customers, and I ask all the customers, who am I betting against?
yeah,
I don't want their numbers, I want their price. I don't want their pricing. I want their name. I just want to know who it is.
yeah,
And if you're getting more than 3 prices, we usually consider that shopping.
yeah,
You're price shopping. You're
Yeah.
shopping for the cheapest. If you want the cheapest, I'll give you 6 names.
right,
Don't call me back when something goes wrong,
right,
because we're not going to
right,
fix the errors.
yeah, yeah,
And you just have to do your research. You have to be very cautious of the industry itself and where the market price should sit. And we're not talking about flooring and painting, we're talking about everything.
yeah, across the board.
Everything has a market value.
Right, for a reason,
Yes,
so
If you're-
it could be sustainable.
if you're going to
living.
buy appliances, there's a market value for that product.
Right, right,
And you have to understand where the market value's at. Because in most cases, you get what you pay for.
yeah,
If you're buying an appliance for $300 and then there's another one for $1,300, there's a reason.
correct.
Oh yeah, that $1,300, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, yeah, that other one might not cook your turkey for Thanksgiving this year,
Exactly.
yeah,
So, there's a lot to be said about that.
yeah.
Luke's Flooring, Luke, where are you located?
2103 East 33rd.
2103 East 33rd. Do you have a phone number, or is it like Pen Pal?
Ooh, nope, we can, yeah, no pen paling.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna give you my personal number, and just because we're switching some things, so.
There you go.
I have a work number, but my personal number is a little easier to reach, 814-860-6284. I'm closing my eyes, cause that's how I remember, 814-860-6284.
That's all right, that's all
Yeah.
right. And for all you do-it-yourselfers, yes, they sell a lot of flooring.
Yeah, we stock flooring,
Yeah, you
so you
stock
can
it.
come in, you can get it, I can show you which way it should get installed. You know, how to do it, that's when a guy just bought a whole pallet of engineered, and I went out to the house, showed him how to lay it out, so that he wouldn't waste his money on this product.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, we're trying to go the extra mile.
Sam Catania Painting, 814-866-2600. 10% off if you mention Catania Chronicles during the phone call. And John, are we almost done? I think we're out of time. And so, walk into Sam Catania Painting, 9 to noon currently until we increase our hours after the slow season. Between 9 a.m. and noon, Monday through Friday, and just ask, hey, can I please have a hoodie? Anybody, walk in, 30th and Cherry, 2930 Cherry Street. Just walk in, can I have a hoodie? We'll give you a hoodie. We appreciate you supporting us in advertising. Thanks, Luke, for joining
Hey,
the show.
thanks for
That was
having me.
awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, signing off. Thanks, everybody. Yeah. That was awesome. Thanks, John.
Yeah.